Gabi, welcome to the Intangible Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, we want to start with, we want to take you back to the first moment that you got to this campus. So take us through that moment. When did you know that Ole Miss was the spot for you?
Okay. So I remember coming on my official in May when I entered the spring portal. And I would say the first thing that like really stuck out to me was the Grove. Like I thought it was so awesome. And I remember my coaches showing me pictures of like on college game days and like how fun that looked for me coming from a mid-major. Our football team is not very good. So I never went to any college football games. And that was like really important to me because I wanted to be a part of a school where that was like a huge part of the environment. And then I would also just say, just driving around the small like southern town, it's super cute. And I just like loved the southern feeling because I've been in Colorado my whole life. In my first 2 years of my career, I went to school in Colorado. So I wanted something that was refreshing and very different, and I definitely found that here.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I'm from 2 hours south of here, and I would come up here all the time to watch games, and the thing that got me was the Grove. That was the one thing, just the people when you walk through that Grove that was, hey, come have a drink, come grab food, whatever you want. They were so inviting, and so that was the thing that really sold me on this place. But now that you're here, though, people are starting to get to know you, know who you are. What is one thing that, you know, this community, this fan base don't know about you yet?
The first thing people say when they meet me is they kind of assume that I'm like mean or like cranky sometimes. And I think sometimes when I'm playing, I'm really serious and people take it as like I'm not having fun or not enjoying myself. And I actually am. Yeah. I'm actually having a great time. Yeah. But sometimes it's hard for me to express that. So
perfect. That's what I want to hear. Because again, sometimes when people look at athletes, they're intimidated already because of what we're able to do. And so being able to see and hear the softer side of you is something that we want to make sure we're able to highlight for you. As you start to look at, you know, getting ingrained into this community, you start thinking about the different intangibles that makes you who you are. Is there an intangible that really sticks out that women athletes don't get enough credit for?
Wow, that's a really good question. I don't know. I would say our competitiveness. I would say in volleyball more specifically, men's versus women's volleyball. Like in men's, they can talk across the net, talk all this trash, stare each other down. But with us, we don't really have that like freedom.
Like way to do it.
Yeah. Like there was this one game where like I think one girl on our team got a really good block and she was like, yeah, let's go. And then we got a red card. And we're like, why do we get a red card? They're like, because you said, you know, whatever across the net. And I would just think because we're women, it comes off more like, oh, that's an attitude type thing.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's a little misunderstood because we're still competitive and like we still want to talk trash because it's fun. Like that's what makes the game fun.
Right. Can you explain? Because I just thought about this from a red card because I haven't heard that in a while. What is a red card for the people who don't know what that is in volleyball?
Yeah. So a yellow card is just a warning, and then the red card, it's a second warning, but it's like if you get it again, you're gonna have to get benched, so you can't come out and play.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you think about when I think about habits, I think about how do we change our habits. And when you think about it for yourself, what's one habit that you do daily that has set your career on the path that it's on now?
And in a mindset way, I don't really stay satisfied. And I feel like it's hard for me, and I guess this could be a negative too, but I feel like I'm always hungry. Yeah. And every day I'm like, I think to myself, what can I go for now? What can I work for now? And so I think that's a routine for me mentally every day.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, don't ever lose that hunger because that's the thing. Once you lose that hunger, that was my retirement present when I realized that my hunger was done for the game. So it was time for me to ride off in the sunset. So don't ever lose that. Now, when you think about women's sports now, it's exploding. It's, you know, you think about the things that Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese has done in the sport. You think about it across all women's sports. You know, what is that competitive thing that has shifted in the game now that is making the sport rise the way it is?
Yeah, I would say just based off of my yellow card conversation, but I think like those personas, they have that like that, I don't know, character that is shown. And I think that's what drives more girls and more women to play sports. And I think that's what drives the viewers. And I would also just say it's fun to watch. And like even the little girls that we have come to our camps every year, it's like every single year it's more and more girls coming because it's fun to be a part of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, volleyball is still my favorite sport to watch because there's so much action. The ball is, rarely touching the floor. The rallies you guys can get into. I mean, it's fun. And I also met my wife in volleyball too. So I got a special place in my heart. Yeah. So as you're thinking about this from a competitive standpoint and how the sport is changing, how do you show up on the court so that those young girls can feel the passion to make them want to come and do what you're doing?
Yeah. I would just say working hard and being consistent at working hard. And my coaches tell me that a lot. It's like doing it consistently and making sure that you're having fun while doing it. And a huge part of that is just leaning on your teammates. And I think that like being a part of a team, that's what's so admirable to younger girls because you feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And I think just smiling, laughing, having fun, like that's what makes them want to come and play.
3, 2, 1. Parents, the recruiting process is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever face for your child. And talent isn't enough. Coaches are looking for the intangibles like composure, coachability, communication, and leadership. And that's what Team Q measures. Get clear insights into your child's intangibles so they stand out when it matters most. Go to teamq.io and help your athlete unlock greatness.
When you think about confidence, what for yourself, what builds your confidence and what are some things that may kill your confidence that you try to avoid so that you're not in those moments?
Yeah. I would say I am definitely a perfectionist when it comes to playing. And so my confidence comes from my performance. So, that's something I'm still working on is like when I'm not having the best game I want, like I'm not getting 15 kills a game. I have to have more perspective of like, this is a team sport and it's more than just me. Shayla, our outside, did amazing. Mel, our other outside, did amazing. And I think building that confidence of like, they have my back and like I can count on them. And I would say again, like, I guess one thing that eats out my confidence is being a perfectionist. And it's hard because that's why I've made it like this far. But also having more grace with myself is huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, when you think about the social media aspect of it, and you're thinking about it from that standpoint, you want to get the kills and all those different things, how do you keep yourself grounded so that, the social pressures doesn't get to you? Because I'm glad I didn't have to go through it. So I know you guys have a huge challenge when it comes to that. So how do you keep yourself grounded?
I really just try to stay in the moment because at the end of the day, it's like you still have matches to play and matches to win. And like, I don't want to sound like I'm being like arrogant or anything, but it doesn't really faze me when I get numbers and like I get high numbers and stuff because like I still want to win.
Yeah. And
there are some matches where like I'll have a career high, but we still didn't win. And I feel like that's usually what grounds me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's, I can't imagine being in that space and having to have all those different distractions and then also trying to keep myself grounded. So good for you for finding that process. And I think that's what the Intangibles is about, is trying to figure out what tools you need to have in your toolbox so that you can stay in those focused spaces that you need to stay in, because there's a lot of distractions out there that can bleed over into the game. Yeah.
And I will also say just trying to stay off social media, which is hard, but I would say like 30 minutes, when we're in the locker room still before the game, like trying to stay off social and not look at volleyball things because I feel like it's easy to compare myself to like others for sure. So just trying to just stay off social media.
It's just hard to do.
Yeah, it is really hard to do because I'm interested. I still want to like keep up and see what's going on. But I'm like, well, I can't also be comparing myself to these other players. Yeah. Like I need to stay where I'm at.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, when I think about sports, there's a heartbeat on every team. You know, when you think about this team as a leader, you know, who is that person as a heartbeat outside of yourself that keeps this team together?
Definitely Moki Hana. She is so selfless, and she is like the best teammate. She's always smiling, always encouraging. I don't think I ever, even when she's calling someone out for something like a mistake, she says it in a positive way, and you're like, I know that was a really bad play I just had, but she made it sound like it was great, and I still understood the message. And she's just a really awesome person, even outside of the court. And I think she's a huge role model, generally speaking, even outside of volleyball. She just has such a kind heart, and she makes you want like to be better, and you want to play good for her.
Yeah.
And so
I have to give her some props too. We was here last year, and my daughter saw her sitting outside of the ice cream shop. And my daughter, she's an 8th grader playing volleyball, and she stopped her and asked her name, and my daughter was just like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." And so I can definitely tell that she is one of those people that knows how to lead the right way.
Yeah, she's a super special person. Like, and another thing is it's so easy for her to converse with other people. It's like you talk to her and you're like, I feel like I've known you forever, but she's just so good at connecting with people. So it's really special.
Well, we're going to start to wrap up here. I have some rapid fire questions for you. These are some fun, just simple, easy things for you. All right.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite spot on campus?
Square books.
Square books. Ooh. All right.
Yes. I love to read.
All right. What is your pregame hype song?
Definitely 9 by Drake.
All right. I like that. That's a good one. Who's the best teammate to room with? Do you guys still have to have roommates?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say Mel, because I DoorDash like all the time when we're away at hotels, and she lets me DoorDash, and like she'll eat food with me. It's probably Mel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When you think about the NIL space right now, who would be your dream collab?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Probably Celsius, because I drink Celsius all the time, and which is bad. I know. I know. The trainers got mad at me because they're like, you can't drink Celsius in here. But I would definitely say Celsius, because I drink it literally every single day.
Awesome.
Since my freshman year.
Awesome. Last one for you.
Yeah.
When you think about intangibles, what's one intangible or a couple intangibles that sticks out to you of the things that have made you who you are today?
My ambition, because I remember in high school, like I wasn't a top recruit, and then I played 2 years at a mid-major, and like that was my drive. Like I want more, and now like I'm playing in the SEC, so I definitely just say like I've always been ambitious.
Having that drive. That's awesome. Well, Gabi, really appreciate you joining us on Intangible Podcast.
Thank you
This
so
has been fun. I wish I had more time with you. I normally do like an hour episode so we can really dig into things, but I think you were able to show a lot more of your side of who you are, and we really appreciate you sharing with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I want to give a special thanks to the Empower Group. I mean, they've been so amazing to work with. The Miller family and their team, unbelievable people to make sure that we can come in and empower young athletes, young women in the sport that they're playing, but also impact the community. I also want to give a special thanks to Patrick here at Fitch and Kelly. If you're looking for a suit, you're looking for a jacket, come here, Oxford, Mississippi. One of the best stores on the square. I want to thank these guys for giving us this amazing space. This space is unbelievable, very cozy, intimate. And it also reminds me a little bit of my podcast show. And so being this is our first one, I'm honored. It's been an honor to bring this podcast here to Oxford, Mississippi. I want to thank the athletic department for allowing us access to their athletes, especially women's volleyball, basketball, and softball.